Hello students, welcome to online maths classroom. Today we are going to start with relations and functions, chapter number 1 of your NCERT. In this video, we will study about introduction and exercise 1.1 solutions of question number 1 to 16. First of all, let us recapitulate about Cartesian product. The Cartesian product of two sets A and B denoted by A cross B is the set of ordered pairs AB, where A belongs to the first set A and B belongs to the second set B. Okay, that means A cross B. If the ordered pair is like AB, the first elements come from the first set and the second element comes from the second set. Okay, so A cross B is the set of all ordered pairs AB, where first element A is belonging to A and the second element B is belonging to B. For example, if A was your set AB and B is your 1, 2, 3, then A cross B is like the pairing of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2 and B3. And similarly for B cross A, we'll start with here 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B and 3A, 3B. Okay, and in general A cross B is not equal to B cross A. You are familiar about this property. Now a subset R of this Cartesian product. Okay, a subset R of this Cartesian product A cross B, it is called a relation from the set A to set B. Okay, we have done this in class +1 also. That is subset R of the Cartesian products A cross B is called a relation from the set A to set B. Okay, so a relation can be expressed as a set of ordered pairs. The domain of a relation is the set of first elements in the ordered pairs and the range is the set of second elements. Okay, so if a relation is like 0, 5, 2, 1, 2 minus 1, 3, 8, then the domain is set of first elements. Okay, no matter how many times it is repeating, so the elements are just 0, 2 and 3. So not to be written twice, just element should be carried out as once. Okay, and range is your 5, 1, minus 1 and 8, the set of all second elements. Let us try and understand what is the difference between function and relation. Okay, now in a relation you can see that any set of ordered pairs will make a relation, but for a function it is that relation where each x has at most one y. Okay, it has at most one y. So let us see the example of two relations here. The first one relation is having the ordered pairs as 1b, 5a and 8b. Now you see that each of this element in the domain have unique image. Okay, so that means it is a function. Now see for this second relation, it is like 1b, 5a, 5c. Now you see that for these two ordered pairs, for different second elements, the first element is same. And this is the condition which says that it is not a function. No two ordered pairs can have the same first element for different second elements. Okay, so it is not a function. See from here also, there is a relation defined as, say this is set A, this is B, and it is like 1A, 2B, 3B, 4C. Now is it a function? Yes, it is a function from A into B. Okay, it is not a 1-1 function. You will study the types of functions later on. It is not a 1-1 function, but still it is a function from A into B. Okay, you're having 2B, 3B. Okay, 2B and 3B. But the second elements are same, but the first element is not same. Okay, so still it is a function and it is a function from A into B. This one example says that the relation defined here is as 1a, 2b and 3b. Now R is not a function. Why? Because there is an element 4 in the domain which is not associated to any element of B. Okay, so R is only relation, but it is not a mapping or it is not a function. Okay, and for this third case, we see that the relation is like 1a, 1b, 2c, 3c and 4c. Now here also R is not a function. Why? Because we will have the ordered pairs like your 2c, 3c, 4c. Okay, 2c, 3c, 4c, and one is belonging to A and one is associated with two elements also, like 1 to A, 1 to B. Similarly 2 to C, 3 to C and 4 to C. Okay, that is okay. This is okay that 2 to C, 3 to C, 4 to C is there. That was also in example number 1. But you see, means for the different domain elements you can get a same image, but you can see that here for these two elements in this set, means the two ordered pairs are there, for which for different cycle elements you are having same first elements, and this condition says that it is not a function. Okay. Now let us see the definition of relations which are reflexive, symmetric and transitive. And your first exercise is based upon only proving of this reflexive, symmetric and transitive relations. So a relation R in set A is said to be reflexive if AA belongs to R for every A belongs to A. AA belongs to R means every element is related to itself. Symmetric means if A1, A2 belongs to R, means if an order pair belongs to R, implies that A2, A1 also belongs to R. Okay, means if A is related to B, A1 is related to A2, then A2 is also related to A1 in same way of the relation for all A1, A2 belonging to A. Okay, and transitive means if you get two ordered pairs, A1, A2 belongs to R and A2, A3 belongs to R, you should get two ordered pairs where A1 should be related to A2 and A2 should be related to A3 with the same relation. Then if it implies that A1 and A3 are also belonging to R, means A1 and A3 are also related, then we say that this relation is going to be transitive one. Okay, and one good condition for transitive relation is this, that you should get two pairs. Okay, you should get two ordered pairs, but if don't get two ordered pairs, okay, then in that case, because this relation will be established or this condition will be only established after these two conditions are there. So if these two conditions are not there, okay, then that means that relation is to be taken to transitive. Okay, okay, we will discuss it in your questions and then it will be clear to you. And a relation R in set A which is following all these three conditions, means it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, is going to be called as equivalence relation. Okay. See question number 1 of your NCERT. This question is having so many parts. Let us start solving them. Determine whether each of the following relations are reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Relation R in the set A 1, 2, 3 so on so up to 14 defined as R is equal to xy 3x minus y equal to 0. This is your first question and then we will solve one by one the other parts also. So question number 1, if you remember, you have solved this question in your class plus 1 also. A is equal to your elements 1 to 14, okay, and relation is defined as 3x minus y equal to 0. So let us build a roster form for this relation. Okay, so elements will be like y equal to 3x. Okay, so you will put those elements which will not carry forward the elements which are outside the set A. Okay, so we will get only the pairs 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9 and 4, 12 and 5, 15 will not be there. Okay, because 15 is not here. So is it clear? So this is your relation. Now it is not reflexive. Can you find 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 or 14, 14? Nothing. You're not finding any one of them. And dear students, please remember also, if you're having some pairs but some one particular is not related, because all the elements of the set should be related to themselves for reflexivity. Okay, so here as we see that none of 1, 1, 2, 2 like so on so up to 14, 14 belongs to R, so it is not reflexive. Okay, for symmetricity, say 1, 3 is there, belongs to R, but 3, 1 is not there. Okay, 1, 3 belongs to R, but 3, 1 does not belongs to R, so it is not symmetric. For transitivity, 1, 3 belongs to R, 3, 9 belongs to R. 1, 3 belongs to R, 3, 9 belongs to R. But is there 1 and 9? No. 1 and 9 does not belongs to R. So this relation is not transitive. So it is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Okay. Second question is, your relation R in set of natural numbers. N is natural number here. Xy is y equal to x plus 5 and x is less than 4. Okay. So let us build the roster form, and roster form will be like, for x less than 4, we will take 1, 2, 3 and we will get the pairs 1, 6, 2, 7 and 3, 8. Now as you cannot see 1, 1, 2, 2 like this elements, so it is not belonging to R, so it is not reflexive. For symmetricity, as it is just one example you require to deny it also. Okay, it's not for all that you will check all. Any one example, if it does not go to the favor of this condition, that is also sufficient to conclude that the relation is following that condition or not. So as 1 6 is belonging to R but 6 1 does not belongs to R, so it is not symmetric. Okay, but a very good way of checking the transitivity is there. Okay, let me make it very clear that transitivity requires two sets. Okay, two sets which should be present in your firstly present in the relation. Okay, like from here I took 1 3 and 3 9. They both were present so that I could check 1 and 9. Okay, and I checked 1 9 was not there, so that's why it was not transitive. But here you see that 1 6 is there, but 6 is not related to anything else here. 2 7 is there, but 7 something is not there. 3 8 is here, but 8 is not related to anything else. So if I'll not get two pairs in the relation, okay, I could not establish the transitivity. Okay, I could not check the transitivity because I need least two pairs following the relation. And in that case, okay, if we are not able to get the two pairs, in that case we could not deny the transitivity, and we have to consider that such a relation is transitive. Okay, so R is here transitive, as transitivity cannot be contradicted. Okay, for checking transitivity we should get two pairs to check third one. If we do not get two pairs, okay, in this relation, then this relation is taken as transitive. So therefore R is transitive. Okay, it is same case as if you are not having any say some boxer is there and is fighting for some championship, but he is not getting any opponent, so he will be declared the winner. Okay, so it is the case that we are not getting two pairs to check the third one. So if the two pairs are not there, we cannot see anything about the third one, and we cannot deny even its existence. So if we are not getting two pairs, we will take it as transitive. Okay, will not say it is not transitive. Okay, third one is y is divisible by x. Okay, so every element is divisible by itself, you know it well. That means every element can divide itself for this set, for any set also. So xx belongs to R, hence R is reflexive. Now for say symmetricity, we say 2 4. 2 4 belongs to R. Okay, 2 4 belongs to R means y means the second element is divisible by first. Okay, as 4 is divisible by 2, but 4 2 does not belongs to R, as 2 is not divisible by 4, isn't it? So R is not symmetric. Again, let x y y z two elements we take which are belonging to R. That means y is divisible by x and z is divisible by y. Okay. Now, therefore, z is divisible by x also. Now, y is divisible by x, z is divisible by y. Therefore, it is clearly mentioned that z is divisible by x. Okay. Z is divisible by x. Like, and I can take example, say 2 4. Okay, and 4 16. Okay, 2 4, 4 is divisible by 2, 4 16 means 16 is divisible by 4. So what about 2 16? 16 is divisible by 2 also. In that way, xz belongs to R, so R is transitive, hence R is reflexive, transitive but not symmetric. Okay, so you should also learn these examples because it will help you if somebody asks you a question like give an example of a relation which is both reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Okay, for this fourth part, xy x minus y is an integer. Now for every x belongs to z, xx belongs to R. Why xx belongs to R? Because x minus x is an integer. Okay, x minus x is 0, which is an integer, so R is reflexive. Now for symmetricity, let's take two elements xy belongs to z. That is, xy belongs to R such that x minus y is integer. So can I take minus sign common? Yes, that will also be an integer. That means y minus x is also an integer and yx belongs to R. That makes R is symmetric. Now for the third condition, xy and yz belongs to R. Okay, where x, y, z both belong to z are the integers itself. Then x minus y and y minus z are integers. Okay, And that means if I'm adding these two, x minus y plus y minus z, that will give me x minus z. And adding of two integers will also give you an integer. So that means x minus z is also an integer. That is xz belongs to R. That means R is transitive. Hence, R is reflexive, symmetric, transitive. For this condition, xy work at same place for the ordered pair xy. Now, x and x means I am working at same place with myself. Okay, so me and myself both are working at same place. So x is related to means x and x work at the same place like this condition. So xx belongs to R, it is reflexive. And for symmetric, xy belongs to R, x and y work at same place. So y and x also work at same place. So that gives you yx belongs to R. So it becomes symmetric. Now xy, yz, let us take two pairs, belongs to R. X and y work at same place. Yz work at same place. What do you conclude? We conclude that x and z work at same place. So xz belongs to R. That means R is transitive. Hence R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay. Similarly, this question is going to be very simple to you. X and y live in the same locality. So I'll not explain it much because from this example it is very much clear. So xx belongs to R. That is x and x are same human beings. So they are living in the same locality. R is reflexive. Okay. Xy belongs to R. Xy in the same locality. Yx in the same locality. So R is symmetric. Similarly, x and y are in the same locality, yz in the same locality. So xz are in the same locality and hence the relation is going to be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. The part says here that R is the relation xy such that x is exactly 7 centimeter taller than y. So let us check whether it is following the condition of reflexive, symmetric and transitive nature or not. So here, as we know that nobody can be 7 centimeter taller than itself. Okay, so that means reflexivity does not hold here. Xx does not belongs to R since human being X cannot be taller than himself. Okay, so it is not reflexive. And for symmetricity, let xy belongs to R. That means X is exactly 7 centimeter taller than Y. So what does it mean? Can Y be 7 centimeter taller than X? No, it will be shorter. Okay, so Y is not taller than X, so therefore Yx does not belongs to R. Okay, so that means R is not symmetric. Okay, now for third condition, transitivity, let xy, yz belongs to R. That means X is 7 centimeter taller than Y is 7 centimeter taller than Z. But now how are X and Z related? You know that now X is exactly 14 centimeter taller. 7 for this, 7 for this. 14 centimeter taller than Z. But we need only 7 centimeter as per the relation. So xz does not belongs to R. R is not transitive. So this relation is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. For D part, xy is x is wife of y. Okay. Now as nobody can be wife of itself. So xx does not belongs to R as x cannot be wife of herself. So therefore it is not reflexive. For symmetric relation, let xy belongs to R. X is wife of y. Now you know that y cannot be wife of x as y is the husband. So same relation is not possible. So yx does not belongs to R. That means here as x is wife of y, then y should be husband, not the wife. So relation is not symmetric. Now again in this question, for checking the transitivity, see, I should get x, y and yz. Means what does xy belongs to R and yz belongs to R will say? Xy belongs to R will say x is wife of y. Okay, that means y is a boy, is a male. Okay, now z belongs to R means y is wife of z, but y cannot be wife. Okay, because it is a male, it cannot be the wife. So it is the case as your question number 1 second part was there, that we are not able to get two pairs. I should get x is wife of y is wife of z, so that I can establish a connection between x and z. But as it is not possible to get the two pairs, okay, if x is wife of y, then y cannot be wife of anyone. It will not be wife of y. It cannot be. So I'm not getting the two pairs. Okay. So transitivity is not contradicted here. Okay. Because I'm not getting the two pairs for checking the relation transitive. Okay, so in such case, again, I have to take this given relation is going to be transitive. Okay, so R is transitive. X is father of Y, same condition. Nobody can be father of itself. So XX does not belongs to R. XY belongs to R means X is father of Y, then Y cannot be father of X. Okay, so that means that it is not going to be true. So YX does not belongs to R. Not symmetric. XY belongs to R, YZ belongs. It means X is father of Y. This means Y is father of Z. But now X is not the father of Z. Okay, but it is the grandfather of Z. So it is not connected with the same relation. So XZ does not belongs to R. Hence R is not transitive. So relation is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Okay. Question number 2 of your NCERT says, show that relation R in the set R, see this bold R is for real numbers, defined as R is AB, A less than equal to B square, is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Okay. So let us see R is equal to AB, A less than equal to B square. Okay. Now, in such questions, I'll suggest you that it's better to go for some examples with involving fractions. Okay. Because there are vast real numbers. So instead of going like these normal integers or normal fractions are suggested to be better suitable for it. Okay. With fractions, you can suitably get the quick ordered pairs which will deny or accept a reflexivity condition or symmetricity condition or transitivity condition. Okay, so like here reflexivity says AA belongs to R, that is A less than equal to A square. So let us consider half. Okay, 1 by 2 belongs to R. It is not belonging to R here, it is taken because 1 by 2 is not less than equal to 1 by 2 square, because half is greater than its half square. So R is not reflexive. For symmetricity, 1/4 belongs to R as 1 is less than 4 square, but 4 is not less than 1 square. So 4/1 will not belong to R. Hence it is not symmetric. For transitivity, let us consider the pair like 3, 2, 2 and 1.5. Both are belonging to real numbers. As 3 is less than 2 square, that is 4, and 2 is less than 1.5 square, that is 2.25. Okay, but 3 and 1.5 are not related in same manner, as 3 is greater than 1.5 square, 2.25. Okay, because it is not belonging this condition of this xy, yz belongs to R implies that xz belongs to R. This condition is not justified here, so R is not transitive. So hence R is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. For this relation, check whether the relation is defined for this set is reflexive, symmetric or transitive or not. So better you make the ordered pairs according to conditions. So we get the ordered pairs like 1, 2, 2, 3. It's a very simple relation. 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. So see for this reflexivity, can you get 1, 1, 2, 2 like this? No, none of them is there. So okay, it is not belonging to R, it is not reflexive. Now pick up any ordered pair like 1, 2 is there. Is 2, 1 there? No. So it can be observed that 1, 2 belongs to R but 2, 1 does not belongs to R, means R is not symmetric. Now let us see about the transitivity. Transitivity says 1, 2, 2, 3 belongs to R. Both are there. 1, 2, A, B, B, C. But 1, 3 is there? No. 1, 3 does not belongs to R, means R is not transitive. Hence R is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor. For question number 4, it's same like your question number 2. But here it is A less than equal to B. Okay. So clearly A belongs to R as your A is equal to A. Less than equal to means either one of the conditions should be there. So A is less than equal to A because A is equal to A is true. So R is reflexive. Okay. Because at one time, one of the conditions should be justified. It is a reflexive. For transitivity, symmetricity, let us see 2, 4 belongs to R as 2 is less than 4. But 4, 2 does not belongs to R because 4 is not less than but it is greater than 2. So R is not symmetric. For transitivity, let AB, BC belongs to R. So AB belongs to R will say A less than equal to B. BC belongs to R will say B less than equal to C. So automatically if A is less than equal to B, B is less than equal to C, that means A is definitely less than equal to C. So AC belongs to R. So this relation is your reflexive, transitive, but not symmetric. Now see for this. A less than equal to B cube. Now here also for reflexivity I'll consider A as half. So half does not belongs to R. Same condition as half is greater than 1 by 2 cube, that is 1 by 8. So it is not reflexive. For symmetricity, say 1 2 belongs to R as 1 is less than 2 cube, but 2 1 does not belongs to R because 2 cube is greater than 1. So it is not symmetric. And for transitivity, say I took example like 3 3 by 2, 3 by 2 and 6 by 5. Okay, these two ordered pairs are there. As 3 is less than 3 by 2 whole cube. Okay, and your this 3 by 2 is less than 6 by 5 whole cube. But 3 6, this 3 and 6 by 5. This is not belonging to R as 3 is greater than 6 by 5 whole cube. Okay, so R is not transitive here. Hence R is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. For question number 6, this relation is defined here for set 1 2 3. It is given by 1 2 and 2 1. See, it is clearly from here. See, can you find 1 1 2 2 like something? 1 1 2 2 3 3 all should have been there. They are not there. That means it is not reflexive. Okay, as 1 2 is there, 2 1 is there. Is it okay? So that means it is symmetric. But for the transitivity condition, let us see 1 2 is there, 2 1 is there. Okay, I got the first two prime ordered pairs. Is 1 1 there? No. Okay, so this relation is not transitive. Hence it is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. Question number 7 says relation R in set A of all books in a library given by R is xy. Xy have same number of pages is an equivalence relation. Equivalence relation is one which is both symmetric, reflexive and transitive. So let us check the reflexivity condition. Okay, as you know, every book have same number of pages than itself. Okay, so clearly x belongs to R as x and x have same number of pages. So it is reflexive. And if for symmetricity, if xy belongs to R, that is x and y have same number of pages, definitely y and x have same number of pages. So similarly yx belongs to R. So it is symmetric. For transitivity, axy belongs to R, yz belongs to R. X and y have same number of pages, yz have same number of pages. So that means x and z also have same number of pages and the condition for transitivity is fulfilled. Hence R is equal. Question number 8 of your NCERT says, it's a very important question. Let us show that relation R in set A 1 2 3 4 5 given by R is equal to AB such that A minus B mod is even. You have to prove it is an equivalence. Equivalence means you have to check reflexive, symmetric and transitive natures. Okay. Show that all the elements of 1 3 5 are related to each other. Okay. That means all the elements of 1 3 5 they are following the even condition of their modulus when difference is taken. And all the elements of 2 4 are also related similarly in this manner also. But no element of 1 3 5 is related to any element of 2 4. Okay. So let us start. So here your set is 1 2 3 4 5 and relation is A minus B whole mod is even. Okay. So let us check the reflexive nature. From here it is clear that A minus A is 0 which is even. So that means it is reflexive. For symmetric nature, let AB belongs to R, that means A minus B whole mod is even. Can I take negative sign common? Yes. That means minus times A minus B is even. And in modulus, you know, when it will be taken out, it will be positive. So that means, or I can just, don't want to bring it out, but I just want to turn and twist it like B minus A. So can I make it as B minus A? Okay. So that means B minus A whole mod is even. Okay. That means BA belongs to R. That means R is symmetric. For transitive nature, let AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R. That means A minus B mod is even, B minus C mod is even. That means A minus B is even and B minus C is also even. Okay. Now add both of them. What will I get? A minus B plus B minus C will give me A minus C because sum of two even integers is even. So if A minus C is even, its mod is also even. That means AC belongs to R. Hence R is transitive. So it is equivalence relation. Now let us work out this second part. Okay. All elements of 1 2 3 are related to each other. Why? because you know that elements of this subset are odd. All these elements are odd. And the modulus of difference of any two elements will be even. Okay. The modulus of difference between any two elements will be even. Okay. So let us see. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. Okay. And when you will work out like a minus b with elements of itself, you will search that it is also coming out to be your even. Okay. Now similarly for 2, 4 also the same condition is there, that they are related to each other as all elements of subset are even. Okay. And no element of 1, 3, 5 is related to 2, 4. Why? Let's see. 1, 3, 5 and 2, 4. See, if I take 1 minus 2, what is it? 1. 1 minus 4 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 4 is 1. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 4 is your 1, which are all odd. Okay. Because see that all these elements are odd. These are even. Okay. And the modulus of difference between these such two elements for each of these two subsets, that will not be even. We found that it is not even, but it is odd. Okay. Okay. It is odd. So like from here 2, 4, like 2 minus 4 or 4 minus 2, both are coming out to be even. So all of them others with itself, they are satisfying the condition, but 1, 3, 5 is not satisfying the condition with 2, 4. Hence, this relation is not holding for this pair. Okay. Question number 9 says your R in the set A, x belongs to z integers, x from 0 to 12, lying between. You have to show that A minus B whole mod is a multiple of 4. Okay. And for the second set, our relation is defined as A is equal to B. Okay. It is an equivalence relation. And you have also to find the set of all elements that are related to 1 in each case. Okay. Element 1 in each case. So let us see what will be the set like. It will be from 0 to 12. Okay, look at the greater than equal to and less than equal to signs here. Okay. Now for this relation, see, let A belongs to A. Okay, A belongs to R. Again, it is giving me A minus A, that is 0, which is multiple of 4. Okay, and that means it is reflexive. Now for symmetric relationship, AB belongs to R means A minus B whole mod is a multiple of 4. Again, as same as the previous question, negative sign taken common will give you, if A minus B whole mod with negative sign common is a multiple of 4, then this negative sign doesn't create any difference. It will twist just B minus A, and that is also a multiple of 4. Okay, like 4 is a multiple of 4, minus 4 is also a multiple of 4. So BA belongs to R, that means R is symmetric. For this third condition, AB, BC belongs to R. Again, as the previous question, A minus B whole mod is multiple of 4, B minus C is multiple of 4, and their sum together will give you A minus C is a multiple of 4. EC belongs to R, it is transitive. Okay. Hence, it is an equivalence relation. Now, the set of elements related to 1. See, you have to choose those elements from here, okay, such that whose difference, if you will take with any element, then that element will be a multiple of 4. Okay. Is a multiple of 4. Elements related to 1. Okay. Elements related to 1. So, see, if I take say 1 minus 1, the first one, 1 minus 1 is turning out to be 0. That is a multiple of 4. Okay. Now for getting 4, I should make the pair of 5, because otherwise 1 minus 3, 1 minus 2, 1 minus all are coming out not to be multiple of 4. So next will be 1 minus 5 or 5 minus 1. That is multiple of 4. Okay. And the next element is your 9. Okay. Because 9 minus 1 is also going to give you 8. Okay. 1 minus 9, 9 minus 1. All are giving you 8, which is a multiple of 4. So, set of elements which are bound by this relation with 1 are 1, 5 and 9. For the second one, AB, A is equal to B. So, I think it is very, very simple for any element, since AA belongs to R, because every element is equal to itself. So, that means it is reflexive. For the symmetric case, AB belongs to R means A is equal to B, simply B is also equal to it. So, BA belongs to R. It is symmetric. For transitivity also, AB belongs to R, BC belongs to R, A equal to B, B equal to C, and A is also equal to C from here. So it is transitive. Okay. Now I have to check whether which element, because this part is also associated to the second part of the question, that which element in R are related to 1. Okay, so all the elements means what element? 1 is equal to 1 itself. Okay, no other element can be equal to 1. So here the set of elements related to 1 is only your element 1. Is this clear? Question number 10. I think you can work it out with the help of the previous examples, and it is not a very difficult question. Like you have to show symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive, transitive but neither reflexive nor symmetric, reflexive and symmetric but not transitive, reflexive and transitive but not symmetric, symmetric and transitive but not reflexive. So we have done so many previously questions with the help of which you can frame all these examples. Okay, that will be easier for you. So this is also the examples of previous questions which are given here, where you have to find the checking of the conditions, that in your question number 4 you were required to give an example where relation is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Okay, and in number 5 a relation is symmetric and transitive but not reflexive. Okay, so these are examples which you can also easily frame with the help of previous examples we have done. Question number 11. 11 says that show that relation R in the set of point A in the plane given by PQ, distance of point P from origin is same as distance of Q from origin. Okay, that means distance OP is equal to distance OQ. Okay, is an equivalence relation. Further, show that set of all points related to a point P not equal to 0, 0 is the circle passing through P with origin as center. Okay, so let us see. R is a relation, this one, PQ, distance of point P from origin is same as distance of point Q from origin. Okay, so PP belongs to R, as distance of point P from origin is always same as distance of same point from origin. Okay, so it is reflexive, there is no problem. Now let PQ belongs to R, distance of point P from origin is same as distance of point Q from, as OP is equal to OQ. Okay, so similarly the distance of Q from origin is same as distance of point P from origin. So that means QP is also belonging to R, as the distances are same. So R is symmetric. For the third condition, PQ, QS belongs to R. So what does PQ mean? Distance of point P and Q from origin is same as the distance of your Q and S from origin is also same. Okay, now definitely when this distance is means OP is equal to OQ and OQ is equal to OS, that definitely means OP is equal to OS. That means distance of point P and S from the origin is also same. Okay, so that means PS belongs to R and hence R is transitive. So it is your equivalence relation. Now see for this portion, set of all points related to P not equal to 0, 0 means P is not the origin. Okay, will be those points whose distance from the origin is same as the distance of point P from the origin. Okay, okay. Now remember, in a condition of a circle, in a circle there is a center and any point on the your circumference of the circle, its distance from origin always remains same. Okay, so if you understand that, it will be easier for you to understand that 0 means origin, that is 0, 0 is the origin and OP is equal to K, means this distance from any point on the origin is constant, then it is the set of all points related to P as a distance of K from the origin. Okay, and you know this distance is fixed only in case of a circle. Okay, hence this set of points forms a circle with the center as the origin and this circle passes through the point P. Okay, in that condition only, because your 0, 0 is the center, origin is the center, and any point P which is not itself 0, 0 means any point lying on this will be at constant distance only in case it is on the boundary of the circle. Okay. Question number 12. Question number 12 of a NCERT says show that relation R defined in set A of all triangles R as T1, T2. T1 is similar to T2 is an equivalence relation. Okay. So you have to also show this, that consider 3 right triangles with their dimensions T1 with this, T2 with this, T3 with this, and you have to show which triangles among T1, T2, T3 are related, means are similar. So that can be compared by comparison of their corresponding sides ratio. Okay. So let us see the first part where relation is described like this. T1, T2, T1 is similar to T2. Okay. So for reflexivity, you know, every triangle is similar to itself. Okay. So that means your T1 is similar to T1, hence R is reflexive. For symmetricity, T1, T2 belongs to R, that is T1 is similar to T2. Then T2 is also similar to T1. That means T2, T1 belongs to R. So I think it is not any problem because we have done so many questions earlier to this. So R is symmetric. For transitivity, T1, T2, T2, T3 belongs to R. So if T1 is similar to T2, T2 is similar to T3, that means T1 is similar to T3. Okay. So that means T1, T3 belongs to R. That means R is transitive. Hence R is an equivalence relation. Okay. Now let us see if you have to work out whether T1, T2, T3 out of which pairs are your similar one. So we have to work out for their ratios. Okay. Ratio of corresponding sides. So now you can see that like this, only if I take 3 by 5, 4 by 12, 5 by 13, they are not, I think, giving you same ratio. But 3 by 6, 4 by 8, 5 by 10, it will give you the same ratio as half. Okay. So the corresponding sides of triangle T1 and T3 are in same ratio. Hence T1 is similar to T3. That means T1 is related to T3 with this relation, whatever is defined in this problem. Question number 13. Question number 13 says that show that the relation are defined in set A of all polygons where R is P1, P2, P1 and P2 have same number of sides is an equivalence relation. And what is the set of all elements in A related to right angle triangle T with sides 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So let us start with it. I think this is going to be easier for you as P1, P2 is defined as P1 and P2 have same number of sides. So definitely P1 and P1 belongs to R as same polygon has same number of sides with itself. So that means it is reflexive. And for symmetric P1, P2 belongs to R, P1 and P2 have same number of sides. That means P2, P1 have same number of sides. So P2, P1 belongs to R. So R is symmetric. For third condition P1, P2, P2, P3, we have to consider two pair belonging to R. So P1 and P2 have same number of sides. Also P2 and P3 have same number of sides. That means P1 and P3 have same number of sides. That means P1, P3 belongs to R. So R is going to be transitive and hence it is an equivalence relation. Now let us come to this part. The element in A related to right angle triangle T with sides 3, 4, 5. Okay. You know, in a right angle triangle, they should be framing. Okay. They are having your three sides. Okay. Because see here the relation is not, you should not search out for any other relation as the relation is just they have same number of sides. So the right triangle, okay, right triangle with same number of sides are 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So these are those polygon which have three sides. Okay. Since T is a polygon with same side, three side. Okay. So hence the set of all elements in A related to triangle T is the set of all triangles. Okay. Because here there is no other relation except the polygons are having same number of sides. So as this polygon is having, whether it is any kind of triangle, it is a triangle, that means it is having three sides. It's a three-sided figure. So all the elements which will be related to it will be the set of all triangles, okay, which will be following this relation. Okay. Question number 14 of your NCERT. It says that L is the set of all lines in XY plane. R is the relation in L defined by L1, L2 such that L1 is parallel to L2. And you have to show R is an equivalence relation. Find a set of all lines related to the line y equal to 2x plus 4. So let us start checking the equivalence nature. So R is this relation. L1 and L2 are two lines such that L1 is parallel to L2. Now I know each line is parallel to itself. So that means L1 belongs to R. So R is going to be reflexive. For symmetricity, L1 L2 belongs to R implies L1 is parallel to L2. So is L2 is parallel to L1? Yes. So that means L2 L1 belongs to R. That means R is symmetric. Now for transitivity, L1 L2, L2 L3 belongs to R. That means L1 is parallel to L2, L2 is parallel to L3. So does it mean L1 is parallel to L3? Yes. Okay, so R is transitive, hence relation is your equivalence one. Now let us search out all the lines which are related with this parallel nature with this line y equal to 2x plus 4. Okay, now you know that all the lines which will be parallel to this line will be related to it. So what are the conditions for two parallel lines? Parallel lines have equal slopes, okay, and their y-intercepts may be different, okay. So let us see, it is the set of all lines that are parallel to the line y equal to 2x plus 4. Slope of the line is 2 from here, okay, so parallel line is definitely going to have the same slope. So the line parallel to given line is of the form y equal to 2x plus c, where c belongs to R, okay. Means the constant term may be different, otherwise everything will be same. Hence the set of lines related to given line is of the form y equal to 2x plus c, where c is belonging to R. Okay. Let us see question number 15. Here R is the relation on this set 1, 2, 3, 4 given by this relation. So I have to pick up the correct answer out of these, and I have to again check the nature, reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So let us quickly check from here. Can you find from this set 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, all should be there. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 3, 3, all are there. So it is reflexive. Okay. Now I just need one pair to defend it whether this relation is your symmetric or not. But here a 1, 2 is there, but can you search 2, 1? No. So this says R is not symmetric. 1, 2 is there, but 2, 1 is not there. So it is not symmetric. Let us search out for transitivity. Okay, let us check transitivity from here. 1, 2 is there, 2, 2 is there. Okay, 1, 2, A, B, B, C. Is 1, 2 there? A to C? Yes. Okay, it is there. Like 3, 3 is there, 3, 2 is there. Is 3, 2 there? Yes. 1, 3 is there, 3, 3 is there. Is 1, 3 there? See, 1, 3, 3, 3. Is 1, 3 there? Yes, it is there. So this is a relation which is satisfying the transitive nature. So this relation is going to be transitive also. So the condition here is relation is a reflexive, transitive but not symmetric. So option number B is true. That means it is observed that the relation is going to be transitive also, and hence it is going to be reflexive, transitive but not symmetric. So option number B is correct option. Question number 16 now. R is the relation in N given by R is equal to AB, A is equal to B minus 2, bigger than 6. You have to choose the correct option out of these. Okay. So definitely let us work out all the options which are given, whether which one is satisfying all the conditions. So this is the relation from here. Okay. So look at 2, 4. Now B is greater than 6. C, is this greater than 6? No. So it cannot be the option. So I will reject it. From all these three, definitely this 8, 8, 7 all are greater than 6. So let us work out the other condition that A is equal to B minus 2. So see from here, A is equal to B minus 2 means A, 8, 3 is equal to 8 minus 2. Is it okay? No. So this is also not the answer. See from here, A is equal to B minus 2. 6 is equal to 8 minus 2. Yes, it is true. See from here, 8 is equal to 7 minus 2. It is also not okay. So what is the correct answer? 6, 8. Okay, 6, 8. As only 6, 8 is the condition which is following all the condition. 8 is also greater than 6 and 6 is also 8 minus 2. So option number C is correct. I hope whatever is taught to you is clear, and this topic requires proper representation of answers. Okay. So please go through whatever is taught to you, do a little bit practice, and the things will be very clear to you. Thank you.